Hello, I'm Dan with Rally Motorcycle Service, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the Rekluse EXP clutch for Harley Davidsons. Rekluse has been making auto clutches for high-performance dirt bikes for quite some time. 2 years back, 2014, they introduced their first product to the general public during Sturgis in 2014. And then last year they had huge sales at Sturgis during the week they were out there. They make two products for the street bike, for big twin Harleys right now, and they're working on a product for the Sportster at the moment. They make a high-performance clutch, and then they make this Exp Auto Clutch, and that's what I'm going to focus my discussion on today. The EXP clutch, a couple things I want to touch on right away. When people hear auto clutch, I get questions like, so I don't have to shift anymore, or things of that nature. It doesn't change a thing. I want to emphasize that right now. You still shift your motorcycle. You can still use your clutch the exact same way you always have, and I always recommend people do that. What this clutch will do for you is offer you options. It's fantastic. It claims 20% more torque, which I feel riding. Tighter corners. I've got many people that I've put it in have made that same claim as well. They like the way the bike corners with it. It's a simple process to put it in. All it replaces is your current clutch pack. This happens to be for a hydraulic. Works on hydraulic or cable. This particular kit happens to be for a hydraulic. You get new clutch plates. You get new steels. And this is the magic of the system. This is the EXP. This is what makes it an auto clutch. It works on centrifugal force. And all it does is it replaces your current clutch pack. It doesn't modify anything. It doesn't cut anything. Which takes me to the next question I run into quite often, which is, will it void my factory warranty? Let's get something straight about factory warranties. Factory warranties do not cover brakes, clutches, tires. These are all wearable items. It will cover in the case of defects, manufacturing defects. However, if you just don't know how to use your brakes and you wear them out too quick, the factory warranty is not going to cover that. Factory warranty is going to cover it if the pad comes apart, or if the caliper is defective, or a hose is defective. So, and the same thing with your clutch. If you just wear your clutch out because you're riding the clutch all the time, warranty's not going to replace that clutch. If the basket breaks, if the clutch discs come apart for whatever reason, some kind of malfunction of the part, then yes, it's under warranty. If it's just because it's worn out, they're not going to warranty that. So you're safe in that arena. It doesn't affect your factory warranty. The only thing different about this clutch when installing it is there is a slightly different adjustment procedure, but they've got both tutorials, videos online, and the instructions are very clear on what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to do it. So in that arena, Rekluse has done a very good job of covering how everything is handled. The clutch functions just the same as it always would, and I'll demo that here in a moment. You can use your clutch the same as you always have. You can squeeze it, release it, accelerate with it. But what it does offer you, and I'll demo this, how many times have you seen somebody come to here, let's look at a safety factor, they come to a stoplight on their motorcycle and they put the motorcycle in neutral. As an instructor, we teach people all the time, when you come to a stop, your motorcycle should be in first gear. The reason is, you don't know what's coming up behind you. You need to pay attention to what's going on, and if you need to move and get out of the way, you're not going to be able to do that if your motorcycle's sitting there in neutral. With a Rekluse clutch, I can come to a complete stop and release my clutch. I can come to a complete stop without my clutch. I can make very smooth first gear, second gear takeoffs just by rolling on the throttle. It's roll and go. When I'm sitting in heavy traffic, stop and go traffic, cars move up 3 feet, I just roll on the throttle a little bit, roll up and squeeze the brake and come to a stop. I never have to touch my clutch in those scenarios. Uphill starts are a breeze with this clutch. Again, it's very responsive to the throttle. It gives you a lot more stability on gravel. There's an area here, a little place people like to go to called Loose Wheel. It's an entirely gravel parking lot, and riding through there is just smooth as glass. The bike handles well with it. Now, on the extreme, I can upshift without my clutch. I can downshift without squeezing my clutch. I can do a 6th gear takeoff, smooth as glass, without my engine stalling, without my bike stalling, with this clutch, without ever touching the clutch. However, I don't recommend people change their habits. Ride your motorcycle like you always have. That way, if you ever get on one that doesn't have one, you don't make any mistakes. But the clutch is fantastic, and let me demo a little bit of what it'll do for you here. Okay, so what I want to demonstrate for some folks out there is how this clutch functions, right? And what it does and what it doesn't do. It doesn't miraculously shift your motorcycle. You still use your foot and you shift as you would. This is what's can be affected or is affected by the clutch and what you get options for. So we'll start this up. Now when you first start your bike, if it's cold, it's going to pull a little bit. It takes about 5 minutes when the oil thins out. The clutch is extremely smooth. Okay? So I'll let the bike warm up. I'll let go of the clutch. I'm in first gear right now. If I roll on the throttle, the bike goes. All I got to do is squeeze the brake. Roll and go. It's a very simple process. Even in first gear, I can pull the bike backwards in first gear without touching the clutch. Now, I can still do it the same way. I just now have options, right? Shifting the bike, you can shift the bike into any gear. I go all the way up to 6th gear like this. I can do a very smooth 6th gear takeoff without a problem, right? You can downshift the bike without squeezing the clutch. But once that 5-minute warm-up period is happening, you're good to go. You roll to a stoplight, and you come to a stop and just release the clutch. You're holding the brake. If anybody was to come up behind you, you can skedaddle and go. I don't have to worry about putting the bike back in gear or any dropping the clutch or dumping the clutch or being in the incorrect gear. The motorcycle will move. It makes very smooth second gear takeoff as well. Fantastic product. I saw the product. I watched their demo videos. I fell in love with it. I have yet to have anybody that I've put it on their bike complain about it. So Rekluse offers a 1-year manufacturer's warranty against defects. They also offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. If I put this product on your motorcycle and you're not satisfied with it, you don't like it, come back and we'll put your old clutch back in your bike. There's not a manufacturer out there that offers anything like that I've seen yet. And 1-year manufacturer's warranty is better than you would get from your factory clutch or from an OEM clutch you buy from a dealer. I highly recommend if you've got, if you're riding a lot of traffic, if you've got arthritis, problems with your hands, wrist, or like me, if you just want to be a little lazy sometimes, and still maintain your safety margin, this is a product for you.